They say the coldest realizations don't hit you all at once. They creep in slowly, like the morning fog rolling over the water. The day David secured his first $2 million tech investment, I wasn't opening champagne. I was standing in our cramped kitchen, packing my belongings into cardboard boxes. People love to romanticize struggle in a relationship. They tell you that building a life from scratch together is the ultimate proof of love. But honestly, love has a terrible habit of ignoring the bank statements and the blatant disrespect. For 5 years, I was the safety net. I worked double shifts at the hospital. I paid exactly 85% of our rent, bought the groceries, and quietly covered the utility bills so he could quit his corporate job and build his dream company. I didn't mind the exhaustion. I thought we were a team. I was wrong. I was just the unpaid intern of his life. Looking back, the shift didn't happen overnight. It was a series of tiny, almost invisible changes. The moment the seed money hit his business account, the dynamic in our apartment changed. Suddenly, my 12-hour nursing shifts weren't supportive anymore. They were draining his energy. He started going to networking dinners and investor parties alone. When I asked to come, he'd gently pat my arm and say I'd be bored. The truth was far more practical. The clothes I bought at discount stores didn't fit the aesthetic of a rising CEO. My tired eyes didn't look good in the photos. I spent 5 years watering a garden, only to be told I wasn't allowed to sit on the grass once the flowers bloomed. But I stayed. Because when you invest that much time and money into someone, walking away feels like admitting a massive failure. The breaking point arrived on a rainy Tuesday. It wasn't a screaming match. It was an email left open on his laptop on the kitchen counter. A new lease agreement for a luxury apartment downtown. The tenant name was his. And under number of occupants, it clearly said 1. I made his morning coffee, placed it exactly next to the laptop, and asked him about it. He didn't look shocked. He didn't look guilty. He just looked annoyed that he had to deal with the conversation before his 9 a.m. meeting. He took a sip of his coffee and said, "Sarah, we're just at different stages in our lives right now. I need space to focus on scaling." And then he did something I will never forget. He reached into his briefcase, pulled out his checkbook, and wrote me a check for $10,000. A severance package. 5 years of my youth, my credit score, and my love, valued at 10 grand. I didn't take the check. I didn't scream. And I didn't beg him to remember what I sacrificed. I simply packed my boxes while he was at work, left my keys on the counter, and walked out. Taking that turn, walking into the absolute unknown, was the hardest yet most necessary thing I've ever done. There is no fairy tale revenge here. His startup is doing great. He's wealthy. But here is the reality. The moment I stopped financing his dream, I finally had the energy to fund my own. I went back to school. I bought my own small house. I sleep in peace. If you are listening to this right now, and you are emptying your own cup just to make sure someone else's is full, stop. Never become a stepping stone for someone who won't hold your hand when you reach the top. Choose yourself. The turn not taken might just be the one that saves your life.